What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of What's in the Box Track. Couple things really quickly. I know I've been late on a couple, man. Work has been pretty crazy. Probably doing way too much stuff, and I'm probably gonna have to chill at some point. But um, the other thing is the name of the show is gonna change after the All-Star break. So I will reveal the new name after the All-Star break. What's in the Box Track will go away, and the new name that I came up with a couple nights ago is going to be the new name, and we're gonna go forward, and it's gonna be dope. So there's that. Now, on to the game, on to the stats. Listen, the big story right now is whether the Lakers are actually different. In my opinion, that's the true story. Are the Lakers different right now, or is it just a feel-good thing? Do you just feel better about the team because you didn't like Russell Westbrook, or you didn't like Patrick Beverley, or maybe Thomas Bryant wasn't good enough defensively for you? You're like me. You just didn't see him move his feet well enough, even though you do like everything that he did on the court. So that's the big question. Is this really different? I have a barometer that I'm going to set for that. Maybe too harsh of a barometer, but you should set your own barometer. Hey, does this really look different, or do I just feel better about it? The Lakers do win on Saturday night, 109-103. They beat the Warriors, who are a very good home team even without Steph Curry. Now, they did get out-attempted, 96-89, but some of this, I don't know. Some of this had a lot to do with pace and really the amount of three-pointers that a team is putting up. And that's something that I haven't talked about very much this season at all. I've talked about it, but I haven't talked about it in tandem with field goal attempts, and that is that teams are simply shooting more three-pointers than the Lakers, right? They're throwing up 44. In this night, of 96 shots, 44 of those shots were three-pointers. Now, I know I should get over this and stop acting like it's a whole new thing and a big deal, but it's just so odd to me that almost half of your shots are threes. But if those threes go in, you're a hard team to beat. I totally get it. In this case, the Warriors shot 27%. Now, peep this. I looked on NBA stats, which is where I get most of my advanced stats from, and the Lakers are like number 2 in contested threes. The top 10 in contested threes, like number 2 in contested shots overall, or something around there. They're defensively, the Lakers get after it and have been. But the best team uncontested baskets is at 50%, meaning 50% of all baskets in the NBA by the best team, 51%. Only 50% of shots are contested, right? That gives you kind of a range of like how good or how bad. It's like we go over turnovers, right? If you're 9th through 17th or 18th or 18th or 19th, you're actually not as bad if you're at that 16, 17 spot, because there's only like 0.2% separating you between the ninth spot. And it's kind of the same with contested shots. If you're contesting 48% of shots, 51% is the highest. So when they throw that stat out randomly, I'm always like, well, but the best team's not contesting as much. Anyway, so when I look at those threes and I watch the game, which some people don't do, 27% seems reasonable. A lot of them were contested, fading left, fading right. You know, I hate that. Coming off of screen curls is something that Klay Thompson can do well, but not everybody else. So they did a good job of forcing the big men to shoot those threes. But either way, 27%. Now, 32% for the Lakers, which is what they were before. 25 three-point attempts for the Lakers, which is less than what they shoot on average. So far, check that box. It's not different. As far as the attempts, check that box. It's not different so far. 45% field goal shooting for the Lakers, not super great. 42% for the Warriors, not super great. You got to credit that to defense. I do like some of the defense that I've seen, but we've seen this before when teams aren't hitting their threes against the Lakers. I'm going to go ahead and give that a medium. Okay, not different yet. It's only been one game, by the way. I'm not holding them to this. Anyway, it is different. Free throws, 80%. Now, Bron wasn't on the floor, so this is different, but 80% from the free throw line on 26 free throws. The Warriors didn't get to the line very much. If you're a Warriors fan watching this, you know your team was shooting fall-away threes and not getting to the basket. So you can't be upset at the free throw disparity here. The Lakers still got to the line, still led in points in the paint. Check that box. Not very different. Still not fouling very much. Check that box. Not very different. Rebounds. This did look nice. I do like Vanderbilt and Wenyen Gabriel together. I really do. I'd like to see Vanderbilt with AD as well. I saw a little bit of it, but I like Vanderbilt and Wenyen Gabriel. It's like having two of the same type of player, same range of player on the floor. Both of them play really hard. That is something that I will say is different. I love Thomas Bryant. I was hyped to see Thomas Bryant come back. He's going to continue to be dope no matter what, and we're going to miss him on his team. But defensively, there was a lot left to be desired. Vanderbilt, not so much. A little bit of a better defender, even with the lack of height. He moves his feet much better. So that is definitely different. The Lakers did out-rebound offensively because those are the ones that mattered the most to me, 10-7, leading to 16 second chance points. Now, I do like that quite a bit, and I hope they keep that up. That is definitely a benefit to be able to actually score second chance points, putbacks, etc. It's a good thing. The Lakers have done this on occasion, but they're not super great at it. So this is a good thing to look forward to. By the way, +3 in offensive rebounds. Again, you got to give this to Vanderbilt, who's just a more well-rounded player than Thomas Bryant at this point. Thomas Bryant has to fill in that defensive identity. Of the three players that left, I'm sure most Laker fans are like, man, Thomas Bryant's the one I didn't want to see go. But defensively, Thomas Bryant really needs to figure out a lot of things. What is also different is the three-point shooting. The Lakers shot 32%. Now, if LeBron doesn't take, I got to run this back because I did have a point I wrote down on this. If LeBron comes back and takes 7 threes, then this is going to be worse, right? Because Beasley is a volume three-point shooter. Most of the league is volume 3, but the best three-point shooters since LeBron's left, or since the trade, 2 games, I'm not harping on it, have been the players that were already here. Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, those players could already shoot. It's the way they were getting the opportunities with Ron on the floor and sometimes with Russ on the floor that is changing how they shoot. So we'll see how LeBron plays when he gets back. I did guess that he would sit. I did say that he probably should sit because if your foot is good enough to get 36 points but not good enough to play in a comeback, okay, whatever. I'm done with that. All right. Points off of turnovers. The Lakers and Warriors both had 16 turnovers, but the Lakers had 21 points off of those turnovers. So when you see the disparity in attempts, you do realize that the Warriors shot 42%, and it shows here because, the opportunities were similar, but the Warriors were not making their shots. The Warriors did lead the Lakers in fast break points, and again, we're looking at, 16 second chance points for the Lakers and only 9 for the Warriors. Here's my thing. Overall, this looked only slightly different from before. Only slightly. And I have this all written down. What I want to see is if Ham can continue to hide a few players defensively. You're going to have to hide D'Angelo Russell defensively a little more than you hid Russell Westbrook and definitely more than you hid Patrick Beverley. And we're just going to have to hope that LeBron doesn't come back and kind of throw this flow off, right? I feel like the Lakers might have blown their chance here. And I know I'm not saying this because I don't like the trade or do like the trade. I'm actually really neutral on it. I'm a little more bothered by the narrative behind the trades than I am by the actual trades themselves. With all that being said, my barometer here is if the Lakers win, so they've already beat the Warriors, right? I didn't expect them to beat the Bucks no matter what. But they've already beaten the Warriors. If they don't beat Portland and New Orleans, this is really no different. I'm sorry, but this is just more of a feel different than anything. And people are going to be like, but Trey, it's only 3 games. What are you trying to say? Teams make trades to get better. Goof. No. The reality is they're not, outside of Vanderbilt, they're not better defensively with this lineup. They're still guard heavy and reliant, right? The more I see Vanderbilt, the more comfortable I'll get with this. And if I can see a couple threes from Beasley go in, I like how D'Angelo Russell plays already. I like all of y'all to pull up all your old Facebook posts about D'Angelo Russell because you're all happy he's back now, but whatever. But here's the key. If they don't win these next 2 games, I don't want to hear it. It's the same thing. You just feel better about it. And the reason why is because the Lakers have to win these games that they need them, that are needed. Everybody on that team knows there's 25 games left. They don't have a lot of time to waste, so you can't be out there messing around. I want to see them win. The good thing is that they won in spite of a poor performance by AD, and that I will agree likely wouldn't have happened before. If AD didn't perform, they were likely going to lose with this past squad. So I will give kudos to the new squad for that. But I'm not sold. I'm sold more that you like it than it is a good thing. And I hope I'm wrong. This has been What's in the Box Trek. Remember, the name will change after the All-Star break. New name for the show after the All-Star break, more related to who I am and who I is. Although I am Trek Life. But either way, I will holler at y'all next time. I'm out of here like last year. Peace.